Hey guys, Valerie here. I do vegan travel eats on Instagram, and this is my second YouTube video, and this is going to be part one of the Nashville trip I recently just took. So my last trip before Nashville was a trip I took to LA for Eat Drink Vegan at the end of May, early June. My plan was to kind of take a few months off of traveling and kind of figure some things out, and I actually just put notice into my job to be able to do this full time. So that was something I was trying to figure out. So yay, I'm really excited to be able to take this to the next level with you guys. I'm sure you guys have, if you've noticed, I launched my YouTube channel, obviously. I launched my website. So I'm really excited to give my all to this and see where it can go and be able to provide more information for everyone. So Nashville. Went ahead after a month and a half of a travel break. I started to get antsy, so I was trying to find somewhere that I could go visit for a weekend, something relatively close. I'm based out of Miami, so I've been hearing these great things about Nashville recently, that there's kind of just this up and coming artsy scene, kind of an Austin-y vibe that's separate from all the country soul of Nashville, which is all great and it's awesome, but just wanted to go see what was going on in Nashville, and I haven't been in a long time. I don't even think I've been since I've been vegan. So I wanted to go check it out, basically just kind of see what the vegan food scene, what was happening there. In the South, obviously vegan and vegetarian food kind of takes a back burner. I think vegetables in general take a back burner. In the South, you're talking fried, you're talking bacon, pork dishes, barbecue, stuff like that. So I wanted to see if there was some great spots for vegans to hit up in Nashville, because I think Nashville's kind of becoming this really great hot spot, and there's really cool stuff. So just wanted to be able to show you guys that there are great options in Nashville, and there are. So here we go. So our first stop in Nashville was a place called Avo, as in avocado. And the vibe there is really cool. It's very casual. We decided to sit outside, and there's a really cool area where you can kind of play beach-style volleyball with a bunch of sand and stuff. And obviously in the summertime, gorgeous night in Nashville. So after checking out the menu, we decided to ask the server what their favorite things are. I love doing that because you end up really getting to try some of the best stuff on the menu, because obviously those people eat this food all the time and really know what they're talking about. So on the server's recommendation, we had their seasonal squash bowl, which had seared mushrooms and sprouted heirloom grains and currants and some greens, and then was finished with a house-made cashew creme fraiche. This bowl was so delicious. It was something I could eat every single day, and it was hearty but healthy and filling and so flavorful. You got that tartness and sweetness with the currants, and then you have that creamy creme fraiche on top, just the right amount. And then we also ordered the salad, which I normally don't order salads on vacation especially, and I'm sure most people don't, but they said it was just so good, and so we had to order it, and we did, and it was delicious. The greens are grown hydroponically, locally, and they were so sweet and flavorful, and then it had this unbelievable house-made strawberry balsamic. So everything's seasonal, almost everything is seasonal that I'm talking about, so it depends what season you go as to what you'll be getting, but I can guarantee it's gonna be awesome. You can tell the attention to detail here is just spot on. And then we also had their burger, because for the most part, if there's a burger on a menu, I'm ordering it. And this was so great without being that junky, overly flavorful. Sometimes the fake meats can be it's just too smoky or too meaty. So this patty was made in-house. It's a lentil walnut patty. And then the cheese was a vegan Munster cheese that's made in-house. I love when restaurants make their own vegan cheeses. I realize not everyone can do that, and it's very arduous and very time consuming. But this place was, like I said, everything was spot on. The bun, I even had a conversation about the bun with the server, about how they tried to make it in-house for a little while and tried some different places, and it wasn't really working out, and they finally found this perfect burger bun, just that quintessential like just want to grab it and get in there. So Avo is, in my opinion, was one of my favorite spots in Nashville, and it's a must. I've had some requests from people to talk a little more about the food and give a little bit more of like a review in my opinion, which I was hesitant to do because everyone has their own preferences when it comes to food. Food is so personal, as I'm sure all of you guys know. So I could hate something and you could love it. So it's not really fair to completely, rag on something or say that it's like the most perfect thing ever. I really do think Avo is a place you have to go when you're in Nashville. So the next day, our first stop was at the Southern V, which kind of has this cult following. They're a small family-owned, family-run business. They are only open on the weekends currently. So this was a Saturday, we went Saturday morning. So how it works is that you line up and then you order at a window. And then after that, they give you like a buzzer and then you sit down and wait for your food. So we ordered a cinnamon ring, plain glazed donut, an apple fritter, 2 regular chicken biscuits, 1 hot chicken biscuit, chicken and waffles, because I'm always ordering chicken and waffles, and 2 sides of potato casserole. They make everything from scratch there. The chicken was seitan, or Vital Wheat gluten-based, and I thought it was excellent. It was perfectly spiced. It wasn't like the most tender chicken I've had, because I've had some really awesome tender vegan chicken. But it was really, really good, and the spices were on point. They were so good. The hot biscuit was excellent. The regular spice biscuits were great. The donuts, the apple fritter was probably the best apple fritter I've ever had. It was these delicious sweet chunks of fresh apple in there. The other 2 I wasn't crazy about, so if I were to go back, I would just get the apple fritter. But once again, I hate to give my opinion about everything because everyone's different and everyone has different preferences. But I loved this place and I definitely would go back again. And it's cool to be able to have traditional Southern style food, but in a much kinder way. And the conversations you get to have with people while waiting in line, while you're all waiting for your food. Had some great conversation with some great people. So I hope you guys check this place out when you go to Nashville. After a delicious and nutritious breakfast, we decided to head out for a hike. Being in Miami, whenever I have a chance to go hiking somewhere, I'm doing it. There's a park called Percy Park. We went there just because it was pretty easily accessible from Nashville. There's some beautiful hikes you can take within like 2 hours of Nashville if that's, something you really would like to do, and that's a drive that you are willing to do. And if we were there for longer, we definitely would have done it. There's some beautiful waterfalls and some gorgeous mountains right there, but we wanted to just get somewhere a little bit closer and easier. So the Percy Park is about 25-30 minutes outside of Nashville. We decided to do the Warner Woods Trail. It was like perfect amount of time. It probably I don't remember how long it took us, but it wasn't a really long, it wasn't like a whole day thing. It was just enough to kind of get the blood flowing, get out there in the fresh air. Really enjoyed it, and I would highly recommend that as like a little break from eating, if you will, or drinking or whatever you'd like to do. So after our hike, we went to the Sunflower Cafe to grab a bite, and I really love this place. If I lived in Nashville, it'd be a place that I would frequent for sure for lunch. It was like a fast casual concept, so when you walk in, you have the menu, and they even actually also have oil-free options. They have a little separate menu for oil-free. Anyways, you walk up and you see the menu, and so you order right there at the line. Everything at Sunflower Cafe is vegan, but you can add like actual dairy cheese if you want, or like they have a bread there that's not vegan. But for the most part, everything's vegan as it comes. All the sauces, all the spreads, all the salad dressings. And as far as gluten-free goes, there's a gluten-free option for everything, or if you want gluten, you can have your gluten there. They had this agave soda machine. So if you if you're someone who prefers having a soda over water with your meal and you don't want to drink like the nasty crap that's in Coca-Cola or Sprite, you can get this an agave sweetened soda there. And they also had agave sweet tea, which I think is really awesome too, because when you're in the South, you want sweet tea, but you don't want all that insane amount of sugar. And we ordered the TVP barbecue and the veggie burger, and both in a wrap. And then you can pick different sides. I got the curried chickpeas on the side, which I loved. And we also just got broccoli on the side as well. So for dessert, they have these little cups of like a dark chocolate mousse and the chocolate chip cookie dough. So it's basically like a little cup of chocolate chip cookie dough, which is my literal heaven. If there is a chocolate chip cookie dough container in my fridge, it is gone within 24 hours. My husband buys them, asks me to bake them, and instead I eat all of the raw cookie dough. We loved what we had there. The TVP barbecue was highly recommended. Actually, we were told about it while we were waiting in line at Southern V earlier in the day. So we got that and we loved that. And the veggie burger wrap was delicious. But I think my favorite thing out of everything was the chocolate chip cookie dough container for dessert. But I loved the curried chickpea side. That for me, it would be like my reorder next time I went. After Sunflower Cafe, we wanted to just kind of walk around a little bit and check out downtown Nashville. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. We went over to take a walk across the bridge and it was like super crazy and hectic and there were so many people and I was like, there has to be something going on. And we saw these jerseys and we saw these like all these people like chanting and yelling. So there was a big soccer match happening at the Nissan Stadium there, which in order to get to, you walk over the pedestrian bridge. And it was like right when the match was like about to start. So of course we had this like impeccable timing where there's just like these like wild soccer fans walking across there. That's how we ended our first real full day in Nashville. So stay tuned for part 2 of what we ate in Nashville that we had the second day we were there. Please subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. I've kind of changed the style a little bit this time, so I really appreciate all of your feedback.